All right, folks, we are back to wrap up our week here this Friday afternoon, June 13th. I was so focused on Father's Day coming up for this Sunday, of course, the 15th. I didn't even realize it's Friday the 13th. So you better grab your necklace of garlic, grab whatever you need that you find superstitious with you here. Great to have all of us back. Otherwise, Gillis, Chuck, Michael, Sam, you got Fred, Andrea, Leda, all of us back inside our live trading room. Great to see you there. Great to have you back on social media. Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. We're good to go for webcam here. So popping up right below me here at Cyber Trading You. If you're new to our stream, new to our platform, our channel, our social medias, just make sure to follow us at Cyber Trading You, especially on YouTube. We stream live each and every morning, each and every afternoon. You want the full rendition of this, though. We are live each and every day inside our live trading room. So Archer, just a moment ago, this started pulling back a lot here. So looks like we're going to get a new low of the day coming up on this stock. I thought there'd be a good chance to see support hold heading into the day, at least right around this area, right around this 980, 975-ish. And for that, you got to go back. You got to go back on this chart from its IPO, roughly around, you could probably even say like 965, 975, 980, just within that general vicinity. Well, it was holding well over a good period of time. Broke below it. It became resistance here. Well, it chopped around it for a while. It recently made a big breakout. The EVTOL news that came out, Trump executive orders, whatever you want to say, led to a good breakout over the last month. The goal is to still see resistance become support. And if there was prior support here, then to see at least that get retained otherwise. So going into the day, I was hoping to see at least that hold, 965, 975, 980. Just it was that pre-market low, though, that I was more focused on at first. And heading into the close, looks like that's getting retested again. So do we put this on our watch list right away? I mean, focus on it as a trade heading into next week. I wouldn't be really the type that would look to try and hold this into the weekend unless if it had a great reaction. So I was looking for that earlier. Didn't get it, though, after a certain point. Started coming back down, and you want to see it hold over 10 maybe. That's not happening. So this is not something that you should feel uber confident with heading into the weekend after everything happening with Israel and Iran, the Middle East, and Trump-China talk still going on. This could be a decent short. Listen, it is easy to borrow on my platform. I was looking for the bounce earlier. So for every buyer, there's a seller. For every winner, there's a loser. For every bull, there's a bear. There could be a drop off here heading into the afternoon, right? I'll come back to this trade by the end of this meeting. What I want to rather focus on, at least here to begin with, are the trades that are holding well heading into the afternoon as far as a long goes. So HUSA has been holding up well on this chart. Higher lows, had a good pop just before here. These three stocks move whenever the market's, down off of like tension in the Middle East, anything with oil, gas, etc. INDO is actually starting to perk back up right now a bit. Had a better slingshot heading into the mid-morning, pulled back towards 450-ish, 440-ish here, and then ran back up pretty nicely for the time being. There's the INDO. There's the HUSA, which we had just mentioned. And then there's also this one here, USEG. This was more in pre-market. This had, the better pop. Pulled back a lot, though. Listen, all of these stocks are pop and drop plays, so they are not good swing trades to work with. If you're looking for a speculative swing trade, the key word is speculative, right? Because I am long-term bullish on the market. I think that when the markets are going to come back up, which I would assume for this, to pull back then in that case, even if you go back on the USEG just from 2020, 2022, any of these times that these stocks have, done well for us on a given day, they are not swing trades. So keep that in mind, at least. If you're doing well on HUSA, Chuck and a bunch of us inside our room have been killing it on this trade today. This is not a swing trade. It is a day trade, at least. So I'll put these on the watch list, at least the HUSA to start. And I'll probably slip the INDO. INDO I'll put on our list here too. Not as close to the highs. I mean, I guess this is pre-market levels. Still, you want to see this get back up and above towards like 540, 550 here sooner than later. I'll still put this on our list, though, for the time being. The INDO, the HUSA, the USEG is a little dead, a little flat here, it seems. So I'm not feeling as good about this just yet. What else did we have from before? This also, I think, has to do with the whole situation. I think this is a tanker, shipping tanker type of company. Uh, RBNE. I'm going to nickname this Reborn. The literal name of the company is RBNE, which I don't anyone can tell me what that stands for, then you'll get extra bonus points here for us. But yeah, heading into the afternoon, this is still holding very nicely. It made a hell of a pop earlier and enough to where you think that it might not push up any higher heading into the close. It's up already 460%. Listen, the chart's showing higher lows still, so we got to respect that. What I will say, though, on this trade is that, I mean, with how fast the stock moved in pre-market, I would right away put the focus on the dollar price levels, every $1 to be a bit of a level to work with. Now, I wouldn't even go at that point here. I would more so focus on your $5 levels next, given how much this had moved from this point. So 10, 15, count 5 points higher, 20. That would be the level to work with heading into the afternoon. I held over 15 loosely speaking as support, holding under 20 here heading into the afternoon. So I'll add it. Why not? RBNE. Now, if it tanks during this meeting, then we got to scrap it from our list then. All right, so what we'll do is just go right from top to bottom here right now, build up our watch list. I'm sure some of these stocks that are near the top of the gainers list could be affiliated with like oil, shipping, tanking, ethanol. I saw one of them. So we'll go through them accordingly. TMDE to begin, just another stock tried to push up just before. Need to see it be sticking a lot closer to the highs. So if this wants to pop one more time for us during this meeting, then hey, I would love to come back to it, but we'll move on from this for right now. Icon, same deal. A little pre-market move earlier, has been dead most of the day since. Probably some low float pump and dump type of trade. And if it's not dumping back down, then that doesn't automatically mean it's going back up. You want to see it prove itself to you. So even Neon here, nice little move across the early afternoon, just pulling back down a lot here steadily. OP pushing over $1. Actually, this was the one I did call out earlier today, wasn't it? Like early pre-market. This may have been like first call out on any stock when I logged in, and it dumped immediately back down. It was like, oh shit, here we go. It's gonna be one of those days. Yeah, 8:30 in the morning. I said OP could move if it stays over $1. It just popped. And that was pretty much here, like moved right up to it and then splat right back down. So clearly did not hold over $1 at that point. Could be holding over $1 now, though. So, do I mind putting this back on our list or on our list at this stage? No, I don't. We'll see if there's a shot. The INDO already on our list. That one's looking decent for right now. Hover, pop and drop just before. Clearly not holding. Listen, if it's dumping back down, dropping off like a cliff, you just got to move on from it. UC, CRML. This actually is holding up kind of nice. A little slow, though. The nuke trade, pretty dead right now. Maybe we'll come back to that next week. MARPS, MARPS. And stocks looking like this here. That's not too good. Let me actually jack up my volume criteria. I knew something was wrong here. Something was light, the volume. So weed out all the low volume crap, at least like this. So listen, with the markets dumping off, UVXY going up, that's kind of a no-brainer for us to put on our list. I'm going to put this on the top of our list for right now just because, we talked about the energy trades, the gas stocks, or I should say the oil stocks like HUSA, INDO. That's not as strong of a correlation when markets are down compared to this UVXY. With the Qs down, SPY down, this is going to be going up. So this runs out very well inverse to the markets. UVIX, up even more percentage-wise, just more expensive of the ticker. All right, anything else looking good here, folks? Some of the energy stocks also making the move. SEDG just before, Run just before. This actually, if anything, I'll put on our main list just for the hell of it. It's a very volatile stock in a good way. We appreciate volatility as long as there's volume. And listen, SEDG is a little pop and drop too, same type of move. Run's just cheaper and it's more liquid. They're up just as much percentage-wise. So if I'm going to put one of those trades on our list, it'll be Run. But listen, like I just said before, this is not holding near the high. It's shaking back down a lot here right now. So I'm not going to put all these stocks that just popped and dropped, on our list. kind of have the run trade on there, and that's all. SOX S, this will also go inverse to the market. UVXY, pretty similar. This is a chip ETF. So SOX S goes up when the markets drop. All right. I think that just about does it here, folks. I mean, anything else looking good, you let me know across the gainers and losers side here. This is a uranium stock. All about you. Let's hop over to the loser side here. Rest in peace, SBET. This thing got demolished, crushed. See you later. Nice to know you. Move on. And you can say the same thing on this MULN, but that's not a surprise. That's not a surprise at all, just from us trading the stock over the many years. Took a huge hit overnight, down over 40 or nearly 30, nearly 40%. XTIA, same deal. Had a feeling, this would die off at some point. This made a lot larger of a move than we thought it would make, because it filled this gap on the daily chart. Just even, what was this, on Monday or Tuesday this week? Just blew the roof off afterwards. So ended up coming back down. I think it might keep coming back down a bit more. These are primarily day trades. These are not swing trades. The daily chart, the weekly chart. Take one look at that. You'll be able to tell up or down. Archer. All right, it's hanging in there, but I'd rather focus on that even more Monday next week, just to see if it regains its footing here around this price area. APLD maybe is a short. Not a bad look. Dropping off pretty nice. Add that to our list. Serve, it's down, it's dropping, We've seen it move better off of stronger volume, so this could drop. This could be a short, just could be better out there. Carvana, nice chart, just very thin on the order book given the price. Oh, you know what? Really quick, just I want to take a look. I don't know if this is going to be as good of a move today, maybe next week. Where was it? I just saw it before. TS, yeah, QBTS. Is filling the gap yet? Getting close. Looking for a gap fill here over time. I think that there was a good shot to take that short earlier in the week. There could still be room heading into Monday next week, but nice little opportunity there on the downside. All right, folks. Hey, if there's anything else that looks good, you let me know. I mean, if it's on the way up, great. If it's going against the grain, going against the market here, would love to see it. Otherwise, if you want me to check out like a larger cap stock, NVIDIA, Tesla, Coinbase, etc., I'm fair. I'm all ears, all eyes, all ears. Tesla popping. Oh, that could have been from before. Oh, that was actually a long old comment there. Sorry, my search bar up there. Chuck on the SEDG trade. Yeah, we saw that just before. Moving with Run. Out of the energies, I'm just gonna put Run as the representative on our list. But I know you did pretty well on that trade before there, Chuck. RBNE is known as Robin Energies. I appreciate that, Brian. Gets the extra points today. Yeah, we got the UVXY trade later already. That one's looking pretty sharp on the way up as the markets are falling off. Hover, VOYG. This one's actually pretty expensive. No need to follow that right now. The CRML is still holding up here. We had said that before. This is actually holding up pretty well. I said a little slow, but if you want like one stock that we could put on our list that is tradable and the shoe fits, needs to blast over 2 coming up here, but I'll add it. I'll add it here. Caramel. All right, folks. So, hey, a couple of things just before we finish up. Just, hey, this Sunday, Father's Day. So shout out to all the fathers here inside our live trading room. Perhaps Chuck, Brian, Phil, my man Phil, who I just chatted here before. Bill, Andrew, of course, the man himself, Fausto. Shout out to Henry over there if he's listening. I don't think he's tuning in. My dad, Henry. So happy Father's Day to my dad, Henry, all of our fathers here of Cyber Trading University. But keep in mind, next week, we have our classes resuming once again. So the phase 1 stock course, we're going to go a lot further into volume for this month's set of classes, not just phase 1, but phase 2. So talking a lot more about level 3, we're going to introduce Bookmap, aka level 4 in these classes beginning next week. So if you're a member inside our live trading room, not even on social media, just I'll speak to you guys in just a minute here. If you're a trial member inside our live trading room, I see April today joining us from California. Chris also, I don't know if he's our neighbor, but also from California, I see. Got Kent from Indiana, maybe a Butler fan, Kent, Butler University. But otherwise, a few of our trial members testing our room out for this week. If you're looking to join our classes, just make sure that you speak to your education advisor. They're the intermediary, the middleman, middle lady between you and Fausto, you and myself. They're here to break down any questions that you have about our trading, our style, our curriculum on top. But again, our classes will be resuming next week live beginning on Monday. Also, heads up, on Thursday this upcoming week, the 19th, just quick reminder, we have Juneteenth. So the market will be closed. We're off on Thursday next week, which is June 19th. We got Juneteenth that day. So, relatively new holiday for the market altogether. Relatively, it's been going on for a few years, at least within the federal holidays. So, just a quick reminder as well before we wrap up. But, hey, folks, we'll be back on in just about 20 minutes live inside our trading room, taking it into the close, into the weekend. If you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works, just once more here at Cyber Trading U, popping up on the lower left right there. Just make sure to hit the follow or subscribe button at the least. Right down below at Cyber Trading U. Enjoy the weekend. Happy Father's Day to you out there. And, best of luck trading here heading into the weekend here, folks. Talk to you soon.